Hey guys, what's going on? It's Classic, and welcome to some more footage from the Extreme Racing League. The X3 race this weekend was at Monaco, and let me tell you, this was such an amazing time. I think before this week practice, I think the fastest I've been around Monaco was like a 114 or something, and I kind of really struggled to, thread the car around consistently. But I think the moral of this video is to just the amount of practice that goes in and the extra hours. It just helps you build confidence, and I don't think I've ever really been this comfortable and this confident, not especially driving around Monaco, if not ever, sort of, in sim racing. Again, it's testament to keep practicing and keep putting the hours in, that I had such an amazing race. And I spent most of it here, stuck behind Ramisco in the racing point with Jono right behind us. And the start of the race went okay, but it was after a safety car that really brought us into contention. So this is from the opening stint, and I started on the soft tyres after qualifying, and I've got to say I wasn't happy on them. They're supposed to last 11 laps, 12 laps, but the drop off is quite significant, and around Monaco it's really easy to be braking at the same point as you did before, but to run on a little bit further or to understeer a little bit more and hit the barrier. And then once you've taken a bit of front wing damage, your lap times are severely limited because of you need the aero here. And so, well, like I said, coming at the end of lap 7, we're actually going to get a safety car, which kind of opened up the pit strategy for us. So the recommended strategy was to do 11 laps on the softs and then 28 on the mediums. But with the safety car, we were then pitted on lap 7 with 3 laps behind the safety car to total 33 laps on the mediums, but obviously with 3 of those being at kind of reduced speed. But crucially, the rivals in front, Ramisco and the front 2, who were kind of a bit down the road at this point, as I actually, if you saw there, I actually took a bit of front wing damage going onto the very lap that we had the safety car, and so it was perfectly timed because I'd have lost at least 2-3 tenths with that a lap, and so without not having to do an extra few laps to make up the 11, it was kind of perfectly timed for us, and there it is. So we were able to dive in this lap, but yeah, everyone ahead of us went onto the hard tyres, and this is what kind of brought us onto the gearbox of Ramisco. Is the mediums were kind of a lot faster, and not in terms of generally, but it just they had the front end bite that you needed and had that front end bite for a lot longer, and it was only to really the last 3 or 4 laps of the race where the hards actually came good. But as we come round, as we go into the pits, we're actually going to get a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, which I'm not quite sure how that happened, but basically that was going to turn into a 10-second penalty by the end of the race because I wasn't coming in for a second stop. And so that was the stage set really of me being stuck behind Ramisco after the safety car went in with Jono right behind us. And I knew I had to make a move because I wanted to obviously get past Ramisco and down the road far enough so that if the hard tyres did start to become quicker than the mediums, I had a bit of a buffer there. And it was going to be for 3rd place, so I saw that podium and I wanted it. So we're going to get to the overtake attempts here. As we come to the hairpin, I was mostly struggling with getting a really good exit from Portier and getting the ERS on without sort of spinning the wheels and losing time. So this was about the best run I had in 10 laps or so. So we just about get a good run. We're in mix 5, and he's going to go to the right like he always did. He's just going to send one down the inside, and I managed to get the car stopped and make the apex of the first part of the chicane there. So even though we didn't give the position back there and then, I thought I had a really good shot with the stewards to say, I was alongside. We had a chat earlier in the week to say, if the guy puts the nose in like that and gets alongside to sort of concede the position, given that it's Monaco. So, I thought I had a really good shot. But if in the next 10 laps of this race, Jono gets past me, it doesn't matter if Ramisco gets a penalty, right? I still don't get the 3rd place. So couple laps later, if he gets a poor exit again, we're going to look for another run, go for that 3rd place, and we're going to look for the outside again, but it covers it off. So we have to lift and go to the right-hand side, and we kind of just get squeezed up, and just as he's kind of turning for the braking zone, he kind of squeezes us against the wall, and it's a really messy incident. I'm not quite sure what I could have done as we sort of, I got a bit of a run, and once he covered the left, I had to go to the right. And I'm not looking to overtake at that point because you're not going to go around the outside here. I just want to sort of unsettle him, maybe get the cut back on the chicane, and it just kind of comes across and we touch, and yeah, it's really messy. But luckily, I only had minor front wing damage, not even visual, as this is the off-board shot. I'm going to get a good run. I'm kind of as far to the right-hand side as I could possibly get, and yeah, we just touched. And that obviously let Jono past, and I ended up finishing P5 at the flag, which, again, it really sucks. It was a silly incident, but I think I'm really proud of what I was able to do and the laps I was able to put in, the consistency. And I think that's what's worth taking away from this is, we're building confidence, and we know that our practice routine's working for us, and we're able to find speed. And so, it wasn't third this time, but we're going to move to Canada, and yeah, I can't wait. So I'll see you then.